Bubbling with cheese and caramelized onions, French onion soup is the ultimate comfort food. It not only satisfies those hungry stomachs, but it's also good food for the soul.
He's got budget meals for families, delicious new recipes. Bring your friends over, let's make it and share. It's Nicko's kitchen where satisfying meals are prepared.
So let's start with the onions. Many people ask me what type of onion I use for this recipe, and my answer is always never stick with just one type. I use a variety of onions, so my soup has a depth of different onion flavors. So I've got a red and Spanish onion with shallots. I slice them thinly, and then over a medium heat I add butter. Now, you're thinking that's a lot of butter, and it is, but a lot of onions are going in here and they need it, trust me. So once the butter has melted, add the slices of onions. It might look like a lot of onions, but trust me, they will collapse down during the cooking process. Now, there's no way of quickening the caramelization process. It takes hours, but it is totally worth it. Just keep the heat to low and check in on them every once in a while and stir them gently. This will take an hour minimum, even longer if you can. You're after the right amount of caramelization, which for me is a deep golden brown. Anything further than that and you lose the complexity of flavors from the onions as they turn from sweet to really bitter, and you don't want that. Next, I'm slowly adding in beef stock, which I've heated up and is homemade, of course, which I will leave a link to below, as this really gives your soup that knockout punch. Add it in ladle by ladle, stirring in between so the onions can soak up that stock. Next, add in the bouquet garni, which is a fancy French way of saying a bunch of herbs. In this case, I have thyme, parsley, and bay leaves tied with some kitchen string. Add them to the pan and pour in the last of the beef stock. Mix well and leave to simmer for 30 to 40 minutes, stirring occasionally. Now, just before the soup has finished, toast your baguettes and place them in the serving bowls. Then add your freshly grated cheese. Now, traditionally, Gruyere cheese is used, but you know I love Jarlsberg, so that's what I use personally. And place the cheese in and then ladle in the soup and repeat that layer again. Place under the grill or broiler for just 1 to 2 minutes or until that cheese is bubbling and brown. And to further enhance the depth of onion flavor, I garnish with chopped chives, which gives everything a freshness, and then serve it immediately. Yes, it takes hours to make, but the end result is so worth it. And there's nothing better than curling up on the couch with a bowl of this, dimming the lights and chucking on some French bistro music, pretending I'm in Paris. That's just me, but you do you.